Welcome to Deco Diva, your go-to channel for vintage home decor inspiration. If you dream of living rooms with timeless charm, rich textures, and elegant character, you've come to the right place. In this video, we're diving into 16 vintage living room decorating ideas that will elevate your space into a refined and nostalgic haven. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a dose of vintage decor magic. Don't forget to like this video if you're loving the vintage aesthetic, and drop a comment below telling us your favorite vintage era. We love hearing from our fellow design enthusiasts. Now, let's take a journey through time and discover how to infuse your living room with old-world elegance, comfort, and enduring style. Whether you're a seasoned vintage lover or just starting out, these ideas are curated to inspire and delight. Every vintage living room needs a show-stopping sofa. Whether it's a tufted velvet Chesterfield or a curved mid-century modern piece, a vintage-inspired sofa sets the tone for the entire space. Look for graceful lines, carved wood details, and upholstery that reflects your chosen era. Don't be afraid to mix modern comfort with vintage flair. Many newer sofas echo retro designs while providing better support and durability. It's all about balancing form and function in your seating. A vintage sofa isn't just furniture, it's a conversation starter. Anchor your room with a statement piece and let the rest of your decor dance around it. Wood furniture from decades past brings warmth and character. Whether it's an intricately carved coffee table, a weathered armoire, or a clawfoot sideboard, antique pieces offer storytelling power and unmatched craftsmanship. Mixing wood tones creates a layered look that feels authentic and lived in. Don't worry about everything matching perfectly, embrace the beauty of collected pieces from various eras. Thrift stores, estate sales, and auctions are treasure troves for these finds. Keep an eye out for dovetail joints, solid wood construction, and patina, all signs of quality vintage furniture. Timeless color schemes create a serene backdrop for vintage pieces. Think creamy ivories, muted sages, rich navies, and warm ochres. These shades evoke nostalgia while remaining elegant and sophisticated. Layering tones within your chosen palette brings depth and cohesion. A sage green wall pairs beautifully with ivory upholstery, walnut wood, and brass accents for a cohesive vintage look. Avoid overly saturated modern colors. Stick with hues that reflect nature and old-world elegance for a space that feels both calm and collected. Lighting is key to setting a vintage mood. Look for chandeliers, table lamps, and wall sconces with ornate details, crystal accents, or aged finishes. These light fixtures are like jewelry for your room. Don't overlook lamp shades, scalloped edges, fringe, or pleats can dramatically change a lamp's aesthetic. Vintage lighting should cast a warm, ambient glow, perfect for cozy evenings. You can also update old lamps with modern wiring to keep things safe and functional. Mix new bulbs with old-world bases for charm that shines. Ornate picture frames add instant vintage flair. Think gold leaf, carved wood, or even distressed finishes that look like they've seen a few lifetimes. Choose art that reflects vintage themes, botanical prints, classical portraits, or even antique mirrors. These pieces layer history into your space. Gallery walls with an eclectic mix of framed finds can turn any blank wall into a vintage showcase. Just keep the spacing tight and the frame styles varied for that collected over time look. Vintage or vintage-style rugs are the soul of a living room. Persian, Turkish, or even faded floral patterns work beautifully in a refined space. They ground the furniture and add warmth. Look for signs of age, worn edges, muted tones, and hand-knotted construction. These elements show authenticity and add to the charm. Don't be afraid to layer rugs. A smaller antique rug atop a neutral jute base can add both texture and depth. Accessories make the space feel curated and personal. Old clocks, brass candlesticks, porcelain figurines, or even vintage books add texture and storytelling layers. Display items in odd numbers for a more organic feel, and vary the heights for visual interest. Group items by material, color, or era to keep things cohesive. Mixing in modern items with your vintage treasures keeps the room from feeling like a museum. It's about harmony, not time travel. If your home has original moldings, wood beams, or fireplace mantels, celebrate them. These elements are inherently vintage and can be enhanced with the right finishes. Add picture rails, wainscoting, or even faux ceiling medallions if your space is lacking in character. They're relatively easy upgrades that add depth and historic appeal. Paint architectural details in a contrasting shade for emphasis, or keep them tonal for a softer, seamless look. Lace curtains, embroidered pillows, or hand-knotted throws introduce softness and nostalgia. Vintage textiles often feature intricate patterns and high-quality fabrics you won't find in mass-market goods. Layering different textures, velvet, linen, silk, adds luxury and complexity. Even a simple crochet blanket over the arm of a chair can elevate the space. Look for antique linens at flea markets or online. Wash them gently and let their subtle charm infuse your living room with comfort. Old books are more than just reading material, they're beautiful decor items. Their worn spines, classic fonts, and cloth covers add rich texture and personality. Stack them on coffee tables, use them to elevate decorative objects, or display them in glass front cabinets. Books bring warmth and intelligence to a room. Vintage magazines can also be framed or fanned out on a tray. Look for mid-century covers or illustrations from earlier decades. A vignette is a small arrangement that tells a story. Use a vintage tray, a stack of books, an old perfume bottle, and a small floral arrangement for an instant touch of charm. Change vignettes seasonally or whenever you need a fresh look. It's a low-commitment way to add new energy to your space. Be intentional but relaxed. The best vintage styling looks effortless, as though the objects have always belonged together. Florals are a timeless feature in vintage decor. Whether through wallpaper, upholstery, or accessories, they soften the space and add romance. Try a single floral accent chair, or add botanical prints in dainty frames for subtle charm. Florals work well across all vintage eras, from Victorian to 1940s cottagecore. Real or faux, fresh flowers in a cut glass vase can also be the finishing touch to a vintage coffee table setup. Don't limit yourself to one decade. Combining styles from the 1920s to the 1970s can create a more dynamic, layered space with genuine character. For example, pair a mid-century modern sideboard with Art Deco lighting and a Victorian floral print. The contrasts add interest and reflect your unique taste. Just keep a consistent color palette or material theme to tie it all together. This balance ensures harmony despite the variety. One of the greatest joys of vintage living is the beauty of imperfection. Scratches, faded edges, and worn finishes tell a story and bring authenticity. Resist the urge to refinish everything. A little age adds charm. Let those nicks and dings show that your home is loved and lived in. Celebrate the handmade and the well-used. A space full of character feels far more welcoming than one that's picture perfect. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey through vintage living room inspiration. We hope these 16 ideas sparked your creativity and helped you see how elegance and personality go hand in hand with vintage style. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to DecoDiva, and leave a comment telling us your favorite vintage piece or decorating tip. We truly appreciate your support. Until next time, stay stylish, stay inspired, and keep filling your home with the beauty of the past. See you soon, vintage lovers.